Okay, day 26 of the 31 days of Halloween, and this is a double slider candy bar cover. Watch, when you pull the candy bar out the other side comes the message. And it's really cute, it's wonderful, it's got these cute little owls dressed up for Halloween on the front. The thing about this candy bar is when it's time to eat it, you have to take it apart. Alright, I'm going to show you how to make this. You only need 5 things. You have to have double-sided sticky strip that's really strong. This is the kind I use. You need to have your candy. I'm going to give you the measurements for a Hershey bar with almonds. You need to have your main piece of paper, and I'm going to show you how to score this, but this particular one is 6 by 7 1/4. Okay, and I'll show you what you can do if you want to change up your candy bar. A strip of grocery bag, and I cut this about an inch. Actually, I think this is about 3/4 an inch wide, and then I just cut it as long as the bag, and I think it's about 15 inches. But really, you just need it to go around this about twice. So I have a little bit longer than I need. Okay, then the last thing you need is a piece of paper to act as your little part that comes through. And this particular piece of paper is 5 1/4 by 1 3/4. So those are the 5 things you need, and then you just need to decorate it. This piece of paper is for this particular chocolate bar, but for any one that you need, you just need to measure something that's a little bit longer than your candy bar. And I chose 6 inches because I still wanted some of it to be able to pull through. You could do it a little bit longer if you wanted. So that's the first thing you need to do. Second, you just need to put your score marks in, and let me show you what I did. The first score mark I have is 3/8. That's to fit the sticky strip. This score, and this score have to do with how thick my candy bar is. This one's a little bit thicker than the regular ones, and so I did 3/8 again. So when I measured this, I actually did 3/8, then from here to here I measured 3/8. And here to here, I measured 3/8, and here to here when I scored it. Now, to get these 3 sizes, I just took my candy bar and I said, okay, 2 inches is going to cover it nicely on each side. Little bit of wiggle room. So this one is actually just a little bit less than 2 inches. It's 1 3/4. And this one right here is exactly 1/8 inch larger, and that makes it so this fits together perfectly like this. Because it wraps around, you need it to be a little bit larger. Okay, that is how you get these measurements. So I took my score, I scored at 3/8, then I measured from here to here, scored at 3/8, here to here, 2 1/8, here to here, 3/8, here to here, exactly 2, here to here, 3/8, and from here to here I just did less than 2, and I think this is 1 3/4. All right. The next thing you need to do is put your piece of sticky strip right along that little edge and fold all your score marks. Okay, and then I have the piece of plastic bag, and I'm just going to lay it down in the middle here and then close that little bit smaller flap over it. And then you just bring this down and bring this up. And I'm going to put a piece of sticky strip I'm going to line it up. I'm going to put it right here, and then I'm going to stick this together and trim it. So I just put it together down here at the bottom. I put the sticky strip on. Now, when you're cutting this, it's hard to get it exactly perfect, and if you have any pieces of sticky strip, like I do a little bit on this one, you need to cut that off. And then I'm also going to cut this off right here. Then I'm going to put another piece of sticky strip right on top of this for my candy bar. This is what it looks like with the sticky strip. I just put a T on it because this is kind of a big candy bar. I'm going to take that off and adhere this just like this. Okay, and when I pull on it, this one's going to go this direction, and I just put a little bit of sticky strip right here, and that's where this piece is going to go right here. Just like that. Okay, then once you do those 2 things, you would remove that sticky strip and you can put that on just like that. Then you can pull it and it'll work great. The way I have this set up, the candy bar is going to pull this direction, okay? If you want it to go this direction, then you need to put the tape on this side, match up your edges of your plastic bag on this side, put your tape on this side, flip it over, put your tape at the top, and then you can pull it this direction. Maybe because I'm left-handed or for whatever reason, I wanted to pull it this direction. And before I take this tape up and seal this up, I'm just going to want to punch a little half circle right there. And I use the 1 1/4 inch. I think the 1 inch would work well at this size too. You can do half or even about a third, and then just get it right in between. So that's perfect. Then you just take off this sticky tape right here. And wrap it all the way around. Smooth it on the back, and it's going to work perfect. Okay, so it actually goes this direction, and you pull. And it could come from this side, but the way I put the candy bar in would be upside down. So we're going to do it this direction. Now the last thing that you want to do is decorate the top and decorate this. The way I did this is I cut my white piece of cardstock and then I just put it right on top, because you don't know what's going to show. This pulls all the way out, but this one only pulls to here. So you put your white piece of paper and then you're going to want to stamp right on top of that because you want it to be able to show through. And I've already done this stuff up for this one, so all I have to do is adhere this on. I actually put these on with pop dots and a little bit of glue for the two vines, that they're little tree limbs or whatever. All right, and I'll just tell you really quick how I made these guys. Okay, I used the owl punch, which I have used 1,000,000 times. It is so cute. I love it. Okay, for this owl, this is actually a stamp set, and I stamped him, and then I stamped it again on green. And if you look really close, I popped those. I just got a hole punch and punched those out, and then cut this out and laid the piece of green right on top. So those are his eyes that are coming through, and I stamped this on green. This owl, I just used all the little pieces from it, except for the heart, to make him, and then I used this pumpkin from a different set and cut it out to make it look like his costume. The mummy, I did this the same way I always do the mummies, except I actually did a little bit backwards. I punched out the owl first, then I put these strips over it like this. I sponged them and roughed up the edges, and then I carefully put it back in the owl punch to get this perfect line around this. And then this owl, I just used all the pieces from it, and then this is from Spooky Bits, and this is from Spooky Bits, so he could be a witch for Halloween. So looks like all the owls are ready for Halloween. Boo!